Welcome back to Sky News. This is the scene in Copenhagen at the main synagogue in the Danish capital. It's been reported that shots were heard. We're now getting an update from the Danish police that there have been some injuries following the shootings. We understand that one person, via the Danish police this is, one person has been shot in the head. 2 police officers have been injured. The Danish police are not confirming. They're saying that it's too early right now to say whether the 2 shootings, the second one being at the Arts Cafe that took place earlier in Copenhagen, earlier on in the day. The shooter, we understand, fled by foot. Now, Pete Mills is a Sky News cameraman. He's at the scene, and you've been watching this for the last half an hour or so, Pete. What are you seeing at the moment?
Yeah, hi there, Lacosta. At the moment, it's pretty quiet. There's probably a dozen or so armed officers walking around, checking things out. There's I think a few detectives who, with some sniffer dogs, seem to be kind of combing the area behind a lot of parked bikes and cars and lifting drain covers. But I think it's all kind of pretty much happened really, and now they're just sealing off the area and containing it.
Pete, just you say it's more or less happened now. When exactly were these shots first reported?
So probably about 45 minutes ago now, there was a succession of 6 or 7 gunshots. Within a minute or so, armed police were on the scene. A helicopter was hovering overhead. I witnessed police apprehend a individual who was handcuffed, and then they later released him. There was 20, 30 armed police officers with semi-automatic rifles shouting at locals to stay indoors and close windows. And I'm about probably 30 meters from the main synagogue in Copenhagen, and I've been here a couple of days now, and every time I've walked past, there's been, 2 armed security guards at the front. I haven't noticed anything untoward, but I think that's pretty standard practice for Shabbat here in Copenhagen. But the scene at the moment, armed police containing the area outside the synagogue. Ambulances came and went. I haven't seen any casualties. So at the moment, armed police just containing the area outside the synagogue and keeping a watchful eye.
Okay, just an update here. We understand this is via the Danish television station TV2. They're reporting that a large metro and train station nearby in the area of Nordport, or that may be the name of the station. Could you just update us on that? Is that the area, the vicinity, or the name of the station itself?
I think that's the area itself. I'm not too sure if that's the. I think that's the name of the metro station as well, which is probably a couple hundred meters away from Crystal Guard, which is where I am and which is where the synagogue is. So that's all I can tell you on that.
So what we're hearing concerning this the metro and train station is that has now been evacuated. What sort of area is the synagogue in? Just describe it to us, Pete.
It's in a main university district, cafes, bars, restaurants, hotels. So it's Copenhagen's a relatively quiet city compared to most British cities like London, but it's a pretty vibrant area. This happened at 45 minutes ago, and there was quite a few people out and about. Bars are still open, so probably down on the street below it was relatively busy with a few passers-by. But as for the metro station being closed, well, I don't know if that even runs 24 hours, so I'm not sure if they've actually evacuated it or not.
The Danish police are saying that they believe that the shooter fled on foot. Like many European cities, you get a lot of small alleyways and what have you. What's it like? Are we talking big plazas or wide roads? What exactly are the roads like there?
Synagogue, where the main synagogue is, it's in a pretty narrow roaded area. Lots of kind of small back alleys, big enough for cars to get by, but deemed a pedestrianised zone, if you like. So it's a kind of network of small roads, high buildings. So yeah, quite easy for anyone to flee, relatively easy.
Okay. Pete Mills, Sky News cameraman, who's a couple of hundred metres from the scene of this latest shooting in Copenhagen near a synagogue. Thank you very much. Stay with us.